上2个礼拜我们看到不管是 tornado 或是暴风雨或是暴风雪不断的在袭击美国，而且有的是10几个州，这一次又再来一个从德州到 Illinois 州，接着呢再过来不到3天又再来一个 tornado， 而且被称之为都是 super tornado cell， 跑出了一个新的名称，因为这就是超级龙卷风，比过去看到龙卷风带来更加的严重。我们只能够说人类太热衷战争跟某些科技跟商业的发明，人们对于自己现在所身处的危险，即使这么明显的这么多的美国的很可怕的天气，让住在这些中西部的人可以说是痛不欲生，一整个镇都没有了，然后没几天又再来，不断的所出现的这些危机，甚至在加州也是如此。可是美国的总统似乎视而不见，难以想象人类的愚蠢可以到这个程度。
This is not a drill. This is confirmed.
Oh my God.
Dude, stop! Stop! There's debris coming down at you. Stop!
Tonight, that massive, deadly storm system is on the move. At least 11 twisters reported in the last 24 hours.
Look at this tornado go.
In southeast Missouri, at least 5 people were killed in Bollinger County after an EF2 tornado with 130-mile-per-hour winds dropped from the sky just after 3:30 in the morning.
自3月31日星期五开始，不到7天的时间里，上百个龙卷风席卷美国中西部、南部和大西洋中部10几个州，开辟了一条破坏之路。
Tonight, the tornado emergency unfolding in Little Rock, Arkansas. This neighborhood taking a direct hit, downing trees, shearing roofs, splintering homes, and tossing vehicles everywhere.
Residents here are just grateful to be alive.
As neighbors, we ran around to make sure everybody was okay. And afterwards, just seeing my neighbor's house completely destroyed, I was just thankful, man. I didn't care about the materials at that time. I was just thankful to be alive.
拜登总统3月31号才刚视察完密西西比龙卷风灾区，4月1号又宣布阿肯色小石城为灾区，将发放联邦资金支援当地的复原工作。拜登看灾的速度已经赶不上龙卷风生成的速度。
Tornadoes and powerful thunderstorms tearing through towns and cities overnight across Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas.
接连不断的龙卷风从纽泽西到德拉瓦，向南到密西西比州，已经夺走近70条人命。
68 now fatalities in the U.S. so far this year. We averaged 70 for the entire year. So that's a horrific, sobering stat. And we still have to deal with this storm, Great Lakes, all the way down through Louisiana and Texas. We've got severe thunderstorm watches that extend over 1,000 miles. A lot of action through Kentucky, including south of Louisville. We've got heavy weather moving through Mississippi right now. This all pushes east over the next few hours, damaging winds, the potential for tornadoes, and certainly significant hail. Once it gets over the Appalachians, not really until
春季强烈风暴席卷美国中部并不罕见，因为这里有来自墨西哥湾的温暖潮湿空气与落基山脉的干燥冷空气相遇，创造出形成喷射气流的理想条件。
Storms like this are known as supercells, and they create prime conditions for tornadoes. They're rare, but most commonly occur in, you guessed it, Tornado Alley. Tornado Alley doesn't have any official boundaries, but it's typically considered this area that extends from northern Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, and South Dakota.
虽说美国每年都会有上千次龙卷风，但是《纽约时报》说，今年龙卷风发生的数量非比寻常。北伊利诺大学气象学教授沃克埃西利指出，超级雷雨包的急剧增加是龙卷风频发的主要原因。
Supercells are rotating thunderstorms. They're actually relatively small, but they pack a heck of a punch. I always liken them to peanuts. You know, peanut is a relatively small piece of food, but boy, it's got a lot of calories, a lot of protein, a lot of fat. And these supercells, although relatively small, produce the lion's share of tornadoes and significant hail that we experience in the United States.
Go, 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 go!
今年龙卷风数量还在累计，但是以目前来说，还没有打破2011年破纪录的龙卷风数据。2011年4月，在短短4天时间里，一场风暴系统在美国10几个州形成了数百场龙卷风，造成300多人死亡。艾希利教授提出了他这些年有关温室气体与龙卷风之间的研究发现。
Well, it's just not carbon. We looked at various sort of future projections of the greenhouse gas, right, emission scenarios. Both this intermediate and pessimistic warming reveal a dramatic increase in the number of supercells across the Mid-South, the Ozark Plateau, the lower Ohio Valley. So that area of let's call it northeast Texas, eastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and stretching over to Mississippi and Alabama, take sometimes a doubling of the number of supercells. If you double the number of supercells, the number of, unfortunately, the hail and tornadoes could also see a doubling. Somewhat uniquely, though, we actually see a decline into the areas of the western Great Plains. Some people like to call that colloquially sort of Tornado Alley. Tornadoes and supercells are still going to go through this area, but maybe at some slighter or maybe less rates as we move into the 21st century.
这对原本龙卷风走廊的居民而言是个好消息，但是对美国来说却是个危机。
There's a high population density in the southeast, so these storms and these tornadoes have the potential to impact lots of towns or lots of people.
Historically, the Great Plains is considered Tornado Alley, but that trend has started to shift. Research shows over the past 4 decades, there's been an increase in the number of tornadoes in the southeast. This was the 5th straight year that's produced a powerful EF4 tornado in the month of March, 4 of those in the southeast.
有鉴于龙卷风频率激增，美国国家海洋及大气总署早在2022年就召集伊利诺大学等9所大学，共同推出了观测龙卷风计划。
Meet the Perils Project, a unit deploying radars, sensors, and scientists in storm after storm, all specifically to study tornadoes in the southeast.
Perils really is trying to get right in the path of these storms. We're trying to get slightly ahead of them. We really want to get better warnings out there, better predictability, and really make sure people can take the actions that they need to be in a safe place.
Providing critical seconds that could save countless lives.
科学家们都很急切，因为经历过去1星期的灾难后，他们知道留给他们的时间已经不多了。
And as devastated communities begin to piece their lives back together, they must do so knowing that yet more dangerous storms are forecast for the days ahead.